Righto, let's jump straight into it. You're gonna have to bear with me because my camera crew's not here today. Laura's at work, so this is all me. So I'm just trying to do things on my own, so it might be a bit hard. I might have to do a few clips and that, but let's get straight stuck into it up the front, eh? ARB bull bar, the big tube. Wouldn't leave home without one, actually, just quietly. I love my bull bars, always have them on all my cars. ARB, TJM, it doesn't matter what bar you've got. I have a preference of ARB, but it is what it is at the end of the day. UHF, GME, do not leave home without a UHF. Channel 40 is what trucks run. All of Australia, between, I believe it's Brisbane and Sydney on the East Coast Road, they run 29, channel 29. But a UHF it's paramount to communicate with other truckies, let them communicate to you and they want to pass you safely and all that sort of stuff. It's not there for general chit chat, don't chin wag, don't talk to your mates, all that. It's there for safety reasons really, and it's for them. They're out there doing a job, we're out here just gallivanting around the countryside. So definitely do not leave home without a UHF. Light force spotlights. They're not big, they're small, they're LED, but 90% of our driving is towing the caravan and daytime. So the smaller the light, the better the airflow for the radiator, rah, keep it cooler. Whether it works, whether it's right, I don't know. But I've gone a smaller light force light, and to be honest, I don't really do nighttime driving. So, you know, it's much of a muchness, but it is handy to have them there when it does go dark. Winch, it's just a cheap winch. It's a Ridge Rider, it's nothing flash, but it does the job. It's pulled me out, and you know, that's that. So working around the car, we'll do all the outside stuff first, then we'll go underneath, suspension and all that sort of stuff as well. Up the top, Rhino rack, platform rack, great bit of kit. Don't really use it, don't put nothing up there, but it's good quality for what it is. X-Rock rock sliders on the bottom. They were on the car when I bought it. I don't rock climb, so really they are sort of a waste for what I do. They're heavy, and realistically, they're no good for a step. You can't get your foot in there if you don't have thongs or no shoes on. They're pointless, and they're 60 kilos roughly. So they will be coming off because yeah, they're just more of a pain than anything. We'll come back to the canopy. We'll go around the other side quickly and have a look there. Safari snorkel, the best snorkel in the market in my opinion. They look good, they don't fade from the UV. That's the main thing. These cheap snorkels online, they just fade, they look crap. So yeah, Safari snorkel there. What else have we got? That's probably all the exterior stuff that's not the tray and canopy. So let's get straight into that, because that's the heart of the car really, in my opinion, and that's my baby. Righto, tray and canopy. TC boxes from Pakenham. Value for money, tick. Quality, tick. I personally love this canopy and tray setup. I am going to look at updating the car probably next year, and if I go a ute with a tray and canopy, it's getting one of these back on it. I will change a few things, but yes, overall, happy with it. I highly recommend it. I'm not sponsored by any of these people on this car, any of the brands, so if I think something's crap, I'll say it's crap, but I cannot fault this tray and canopy. Now, I've not cleaned inside. I don't know what's where, okay? There's no tyre shine on the car. I haven't spruced it up for the video. This is it. It's a slab of beer. That's handy, isn't it? We'll just push that up. So what have we got inside? All right. Kings. Now that'll ruffle some feathers, okay? A King's upright fridge and a King's twin, I think they call it a double thumper compressor. It's a fridge, it works. They're cold. That's all you can ask for. Really? It's got a freezer compartment. It's a great little fridge. It does suck some power compared to Engels and that I've had in the past. That is a downside, but it's a small price to pay. Behind that, we've got a kick-ass lithium 100 amp hour battery and box. It has all like Siggies, USBs, all that on top, and the charger. which from the front of the canopy is wired straight in here. That's a solar input as well, which I did have a solar panel on top fixed, but I've taken it off and I run a solar blanket when I park up. So I just plug the solar blanket and move it around. Behind that, there's beer. There's a bit of stuff in here at the minute. It's all moved around a bit because I've been down on the beach doing some silly things. But I normally have this pretty empty in the back. Because we've parked up at the minute, I've thrown just the cheap tread blocks in there, the mat from the caravan, and a few other bits and pieces. Other than that though, normally, as I said, it's empty besides a little butane gas barbecue that sits behind the fridge, so if we go out camping without the caravan. I tend to try and keep all the weight forward on top of the axles. Personal preference. I had a Land Cruiser before this and they were horrible if all the weight was down the back, so I'm just sort of doing the same thing here. All the locks, whale tail locks, they're great. Seals, they're all compression lock. I have, as I said, I've not cleaned in here. I've done the gib and everything. There's a little bit of dust on it, but overall, this is all spotless. That's clean. I could rave about this for days. I really could. I love it, to be honest. Few lights up there. Again, they just run down into the battery. There's a control there just to, where's the power line? I think it's that one there. Just to turn the lights on and off. You've got different colors and they're dimmers as well. It's marine carpeted. That was done after, obviously. This has been submerged in water before. They don't fill up with water. They don't leak. As I said, they're good on the compression locks. That's just some air compressor fittings, the hose. I've got a little backup Isuzu battery compressor too. That way, if the compressor did die and my tyres are down, I'm not stranded looking for someone with a compressor. I can still get myself out of trouble. Yes, it would take, I don't know, a week to do it all, but I'd get the tyres back up. And they're all lockable with a key, which is great. Righto, coming around the back. Jerry can holder. I don't use it for a jerry can. I've got a couple little bits of timber. I keep them in there with an ocky strap over the top there for the legs under the caravan and the jockey wheel. You could put your 20 litre jerry can in there, but I've got somewhere else for them, so I'll show you that later. All the latches have already gone around and unlocked everything. So rear trundle drawer. This would be a bombshell because I had tools out this morning and I'm really bad at packing crap away. Big stainless lid on top, which is great when you're camping, or not camping as such, but if you're out on the beach for a day trip, set the little barbecue up here, have your drinks on it. It's great. Like, it's seriously unreal. Probably on the next one, I'll do the same similar setup, but I'd have an awning to wrap around because, yeah, that would be awesome. In here, it's just full of tools, spare bearings, silicone. Why do you have silicone? I used to own a Jayco and things fell off it. That's as simple as that. But caravans are held together with silicone. So carry them. Batteries for power tool, impact drill, recipro saw, spare fuel filter, all bits and bobs and all that sort of stuff. I can go into that further if people want. The only thing I don't like about this, that lid, it can bounce up and rattle a little bit. I would like to see on the next one, like a compression lock style thing there to lock that lid down. I reckon that would just make that 10 times better. But like, they are solid and it's loaded with crap. So it can take the weight, which is also awesome. We'll just shut that. And number plate hides the whale tail, which is great. This side's different, it's 2 doors, so not one like the other, which is pretty cool. This one here, again, has just straight into the back of the canopy behind the fridge. As I said, there's crap everywhere, solar blanket, spare air filter for the ute. I carry oil and all filters for the ute because I'll service it myself. Footy, just crap really at the end of the day. In here, recovery gear, snatch strap, tree trunk protector, D-shackles, all for the winch as well. It's just handy, it's out of the way, it's bulky, it's annoying, so it's great having it all under there. Yeah, I could literally talk about this for weeks. I love, love, love this canopy. Dog box. No, the dog doesn't go in it. Laura won't let it happen. So, 2 20-litre jerry cans for diesel. I don't run a long-range tank. Yes, would be great and handy, but it's the same principle. You've just got to put jerry cans in the car, okay? and a custom-made stainless firebox, which I got off my grandfather back home. So he had it made to fit in the generator box in his caravan, and he doesn't caravan anymore. So he said, would you like it? Yes, it's great. It's got holes cut out on it. It's got plates that slide in, a grill, a thing to put your kettle, your little billy on. Hands down, just awesome bit of kit. And then also got the canvas on there, obviously for the dogs, but I also tend to roll it up when the jerry cans are full. That way you don't get that diesel fume or that smell of diesel through the whole canopy. Up the top, your ladder racks. That's the bracket where I used to have the solar panel. I've left it up there in case I do put one back up there. But yeah, ladder racks, they can take a fair old beating. I believe the bloke I bought the ute off, because I bought the ute second hand, he was a Sparky and he had his ladders and all that sort of stuff up there. So it would have been handy for him. Hence TC. TC stands for Tradies Choice. So TCs, they promote the, you know, the working during the week, but using your exact same car and same setup for camping on the weekend. And they've nailed it. They got all different things you can put on the inside. You can have them do a full battery setup. They can do pull-out pantries, drawers, the whole kit and caboodle. On the next one, I'd go same length tray. It's a 1650 length tray and canopy. I'd go same. I'd put a headboard on the tray. There's no headboard on this because the canopy is just acts as it. I'd put, yeah, tray, headboard, same length, but I'd only go a meter canopy. I'd bring it back. I'd have it set up similar without the dog box, and then I'd have the tray space at the back to put the spare, and just have a little bit of ute bed with tray sides for firewoods and things like that. Paint the doors. I'd do all that sort of stuff to match the car. Obviously that's all an extra, but you know, you got to look cool too while doing it, I suppose. All right, what else have we got? Underneath the car, suspension, tyres, all that good stuff. We run the Toyo Open Country AT tyres. I'd never run Toyos. I am a BFG man through and through. I will rave about BFGs. I love them, but you know, I've changed it up. Toyos, they're doing really good. They're wearing well. They're strong, they're load rated. That's the main thing with towing. They're a light truck tyre construction, I believe. They're just a good, solid tyre. Never had a puncture, anything like that. Let your tyre pressures down when you're off-road, and they just, yeah, they handle it really well. Just running standard Isuzu alloys. Yep, a set of ROH or, you know, KMCs would look schmicko, but they're all round, they all do the same thing. So that money that I can save there can go into adventure or doing something cool. Tough Dog suspension. So Tough Dog suspension in the front. We've got Ironman upper control arm, the aluminium control arms in the front, and it's running a diff drop kit as well, just to bring that CV angle back down. In the rear, also Tough Dog, running 300 kilo constant load leaf springs with airbags. I don't actually use the airbags when towing. I don't know why, I don't. So I think they've got like 5 or 3 PSI on them. To be honest, they're probably dead flat. That's how long it's been since I've checked them. Some people rave about airbags, whatever. I put level riders and the sway bars when I hook on the caravan, and it seems to go all right. When we get off road, I definitely disconnect the level riders, but overall, happy with the suspension. It's great, you know, it really is. There's that many different names and makes and models of suspension on the market, but you just do what you find is right for you. They're all doing a great job. They're all good in my opinion. I'm not a race car driver. I don't feel the difference. Suspension, the car bounces on it, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, running airbags in the back. They're not Airbag Man. They're another brand. I will tell you what they are because there is a sticker inside the door somewhere. What door, I don't know. They are Boss air suspension. So yeah, that's all in that. Underneath the car itself, at the front, rated recovery points, aluminium custom off-road, full alley bash plates all the way back to either the back of the gearbox or the I don't know, somewhere. It's pretty well all underneath, which that has been a saving grace. As I said, I don't rock bash, but it's just knowing that everything's protected under there and all sweet is good. It's a pain in the ass when you want to service your car because you've got to drop bash plates. All right, let's jump inside the car and see what we got in there, and we'll yeah, check that out. Righto, so we've jumped inside the car. So 150,442 kilometers on the big girl. There's our UHF. That's your XRS Connect GME. That mounts there. The control for it is down here. Red Arc electric brakes, your Tow Pro, that's there. Now, being this is the base model Dmax, it comes with vinyl floors, which, to be honest, while traveling, it's actually great because it's easy to clean and sweep out. Bedrock floor mats, front and rear, they are awesome. They really are. They catch probably 90% of all the dirt and the muck, and it just helps with cleaning. 6-speed manual, that'll be a little bit controversial. A lot of people are going autos now. Definitely, I'll be going an auto on the next one. There's no two ways about that. Being the base model Dmax, you don't get Navman and all that in here, so I run a Garmin GPS. It's just handy for you know, your trip meter and all that sort of stuff. It gives you your speed, or you know, just other stuff as well. So if your speedo's out up here, it's not the end of the world. Down here, that there is rear diff lock. So being the base model Dmax, it doesn't come with a factory rear diff lock. So this car's actually fitted with Harrop e-lockers in the back. They are seriously a tough bit of kit. Like, wow. I had it locked up the other week coming out of Willie Creek with the caravan on, and I was like, something's gonna break. It held it and it pulled it through. There was more sand flying up than anything. But anyway, Harrop e-locker in the back, and genuine Isuzu seat covers on the front seat. They've been on from the day the car was new, from old mate before me as well. And I looked under there and they are new. They were on the back. I took them off. In hindsight, I should have left them on with the dog. Other than that though, that is the car. I feel that it's a reasonable priced vehicle for what we're doing. It's an achievable vehicle for a lot of people with the price range. It's like a $40,000 ute. And I think it's realistic, to be honest, for a lot of people. A lot of people watch YouTube and that, and they just, you know, how am I ever going to afford that? You don't need to afford the massive setup. Something like this will get you around issue-free. You know, Isuzu's been around for years. Every car you buy, something's going to go wrong. Every car you buy, someone's going to have an opinion on about how they had a bad experience. That's life. That happens with everything. Touch wood, this car has been reliable like no tomorrow. It did throw a fault code 2 days ago. It was a map sensor. Pulled it out, cleaned it, put it back in, cleared the code. We're going again. Other than that though, I love the car. I'm obsessed with my tray and canopy. Like, if I didn't marry Laura, I'd probably marry that tray and canopy. I could rave about TC forever. I'm not sponsored by him. TC, if you want to sponsor me, please sponsor me. Put one on my next ute. But yeah, definitely the next car will 90% be another Isuzu Dmax at this stage, unless I win the lotto. Other than that though, guys, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, get out there and enjoy it. We'll see you on the next one.